on because the classrooms are hot. We have a situation with the call here, have to wash here. We have the call here to take, remove children. Here, kiss.
And again, that's discrimination if you're saying my daughter's hair is going to be stink and lacy versus an next person who has natural hair.
August 1st, we were supposed to celebrate Emancipation Day.
Yo, Ogwan. You know who I am already. If you don't know who I am, I go by Yaadman Etan on YouTube and social media. This is a serious video. Something that I feel like I seriously need to talk about, an issue that I didn't know that I would have to talk about in 2020 regarding Jamaica. August 1st to August 6th is known as a public holiday period in Jamaica. August 1st is Emancipation Day, the day that the British Commonwealth abolished slavery. That's a different conversation for another time, but basically it's celebrated as a day that the British abolished slavery in the Commonwealth, including the English-speaking Caribbean. August 6th is supposed to be Independence Day for Jamaica. To think that on July 31st something would make me not want to celebrate Emancipation Day, and that something was the Jamaica High Court has put a ban on dreadlocks in Jamaica in 2020. 2 years ago, a 5-year-old girl attends the Kensington Primary School. This 5-year-old girl has dreadlocks, and she is told that she is unable to attend this school unless she cuts her dreadlocks. Her family says no. We take this to the court. We take this to the Jamaica High Court, the Jamaican Supreme Court. They place an injunction on this situation and allows the girl to attend the school with her dreadlocks until this court case is settled. 2 years ended on the 31st of July 2020, the eve of Emancipation Day in Jamaica. The eve of the day when we're supposed to celebrate freedom of slavery. We are told that schools at their discretion has the ability to deny a child of an education because them have dreadlocks. I have an audio here. This is allegedly between the mother and the school. This gives us an idea of why the ban was put in place. Right? Here's the reasoning, right?
Accept that, but that's the policy of the school board. The ministry can't do it.
And it is not something we took on because the classrooms are hot. We have a situation with the call here, we have to wash here. We have to call here to take, remove children. Here, kiss.
And again, that's discrimination if you're saying my daughter's hair is going to be stink and lacy versus a next person who has natural hair. You understand?
We are
Avoiding that. Okay. Hold. Whoa. Okay, what I have come to understand is that the reason why they don't want dreadlocks in their school is because they believe that dreadlocks is dirty. And it attracts lice. Hold up. Oh. If we're talking about personal hygiene here, I am pretty sure, not all students, but I am pretty sure there's students that go to school in Jamaica where they don't brush them teeth. Students who go to school where they don't even put deodorant underneath them arm. Them smell green. This insinuates that people in 2020 still believe that people with dreadlocks are dirty or unkept. Oof. Have you seen what this girl's head looks like? Does this look dirty and unkept to you? You're trying to avoid lice? Lice? My entire life from basic school, prep school, yes, I went to a prep school, high school in Jamaica, I have been to school with students who even have dreadlocks. I have never seen lice in real life.
The school said the rule against locks was set for health reasons, the principal not wanting an outbreak of lice.
There have been numerous reported, and you can just go on social media to find the responses from yesterday about this, reported lice outbreaks in several schools where no locks were involved. Second, locks don't result in a public health crisis. Locks don't result in a public health crisis.
You see my head? I've had dreadlocks for over 4.5 years. I've met a lot of people who have had a stigma against me, who have had a stigma for dreadlocks, who have had something against me, and not just random people, you know, my own Jamaican people. Some people thought that my head would be dirty and disgusting and stink. But guess what? My head cleaner than your mouth.
No, there is no difference. Once you have hair on your head, you need to wash it. You need to take care of your hair. So that in itself is discrimination. If you're gonna sit here and believe that my child here is more at risk of getting lice, really? Don't tell me from experience. I'm not telling you from experience. Of course, you're a principal in 18 years of this school. Right now, you're talking to a principal in 35-year teaching, and I am saying this from experience. We have had so many parents coming to this school.
I'm done listening to this video. I'm done listening to this video. She want to now use her position as principal come talk about say 35 years of teaching experience, and from experience, this is her experience. Lady, you have no experience with dreadlocks. If you keep your head clean and you wash it proper, guess what? Me bet say my hair cleaner than your mouth. Me can box you out of my locks right now, and any of my hair catching in your mouth, it brush your teeth cleaner than you can brush your teeth at morning time. Alright, mama, calm down. For years, Jamaica has used images of Rastafari, images of Bob Marley, to attract tourists to the country. But this shows how much Jamaicans hate our own people. Stigma against Rasta still exists. Stigma against a movement that was created to recapture an identity that was stolen from us. A rule that was put in place the day before we were supposed to celebrate the emancipation of slavery in our country. Just last weekend, we had Reggae Sumfest. Reggae Sumfest. Everybody with sense knows say reggae music would not be what it is today without Rastafari culture. Jamaica wouldn't be what it is today without Rastafari culture. Pan night 2, a Reggae Sumfest, look how much dreadlocks we have. Egyptian, Taurus Riley, Coffee, Maxi Priest, Sizzler. If I forget nobody else, I'm sorry. Going back to my experience in high school, right? I went to Arden High School. High schools in Jamaica has rules and regulations when it comes to the appearance and the attire of their students, right? And Arden outlines what it requires for boys. When I went to high school, Arden required that boys' hair should not exceed 1 centimeter in length. There are exemptions for religious purposes and Rastafarians. And for Rastafarians, they're told that have them hair tied up like in a scrunchie, like in one, or we'd use like a tam or like a hair covering. Arden did pretty well where that was concerned, but we have to remember that Jamaica is not a country that is 100% black. In Jamaica, out of many one people, has populations of white people, has populations of Asian people, have populations of people from different parts of the world. And they have children in Jamaica, who are raised in Jamaica, who are Jamaicans. Despite not being black, we have children in Jamaica who are mixed race. The issue that I had with Arden was never the rule book. It was the double standards that was set. I've seen for myself many times students who were not black, their hair exceeded the length that the rule book had for us. Even though they still required our boys to be trimmed and neat, some teachers, and I must say some teachers, did in fact enforce this across everybody despite race. But this was not something that was enforced by every faculty member in that school. I can speak from experience because I remember, and I will never forget, me not gonna call name, but we had an acting principal during my time who addressed the school and told us that the non-black students had to be held at a different standard. It is either you hold everybody to the same standard, which I need to big up. There's some teachers and faculty who held everybody to the same standard, but not everybody did. I believe is either we do away with that rule and we free up the restrictions on students across the board despite them race. Despite that, I have never witnessed Arden pressure dreadlocks. Comment down below if you went to high school in Jamaica, if you went to school in Jamaica, and you and tell me about the rules that you had to abide by when it came to your hair. Other high schools, like Denby High School in Clarendon, Jamaica, says that boys' hair should be short and neatly trimmed and should not contain patterns or color. Girls wear simple and school-appropriate hairstyles without patterns, color, weave, shavings, braids, or extensions. And then it goes on to say, boys of East Indian, Chinese, or Caucasian descent are also expected to wear their hair neatly trimmed. Parents of boys who have religious reasons for wearing long hair should have dialogue with the grade supervisor, dean of discipline, vice principal, or principal. Denby doesn't have a specific outline when it comes to the length of your hair. It simply says, keep it neat and tidy. That is something that I can support. But don't tell me, as a black man in Jamaica, the school that I attend, that you have to hold the non-black students to a different standard. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. What the hell is going on in Jamaica in 2020? I put dreadlocks on my head to honor my mother because she used to have dreadlocks and something happened. She got sick and she was no longer able to care for her dreadlocks, so she had to cut off hers. I felt it was very symbolic to honor my mother, to have her put locks in my head. But it was deeper than that. Being in America, I wanted to be reminded of my culture, of my roots. To be reminded of the blackness that Jamaica has raised me to be proud of. I wanted to be able to look in the mirror and see a symbol of something that I hold deep to my heart. Which is why I have this on my head, which is why I take care of this. I also have great respect for what Rastafari has done for the culture of Jamaica. What this is saying to me, what the Jamaica High Court is saying to me is that they don't care about me. They don't care about people with dreadlocks. Even when we keep it neat, a natural hairstyle. And this suggests I can be denied opportunities for this. This foolishness needs to end. It needs to end now. To deny a child education because of dreadlocks. To deny people opportunities, professional opportunities because they have locks. I have never and I will never feel inferior because I carry my culture on my head. And nobody, not even my own culture, can make me feel inferior because of that. If we are gonna ban dreadlocks, take down the images of Bob Marley where you use for tourist board. Take down the images of Rasta when you use for attract the tourists to our island to spend them pretty American dollars. Stop using dreadlocks for marketing. I was here gearing up, trying to find content to make for Emancipation Day and Independence Day. Yes, I am proud to be a Jamaican, but is Jamaica proud of me? Because I choose to represent the culture that made Jamaica popular in the first place. Of all places in the world to do this, Jamaica being the place to do this. Dale and Shireen Virgo, my heart goes out to you and your family. Big up on the damn self. Jamaica, have we not held our own back long enough?